If you're tired of starting and stopping your fitness journey, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Sampi and I'm a fitness nutrition coach, and I am passionate about helping geeks and gamers become the protagonists of their own life. Have you ever felt like Midoriya at the start of My Hero Academia? Constantly pushing yourself too hard and too fast to the point of burnout and even injury. I think most of us have. But just like Deku learns how to master his powers, you can learn how to master your own fitness journey. Stick around to learn how to harness your health, start your fitness journey, and become the hero of your own life. We don't have a weight loss problem in America. In fact, people lose weight in the US all of the time. But what we do have is a weight maintenance problem. On average, only 20% of Americans who lose weight actually manage to keep the weight off. That's a big problem. This is exacerbated by a $75 billion diet industry. Companies are profit off of you being stuck on this diet hamster wheel of hell. Every time you lose weight only to gain it back to lose weight again, companies are making money off of you. This is everything from pharmaceutical companies like Ozempic to medical procedures like gastric bypass surgery. Oftentimes when people use either of these methods, they wind up gaining it back in the end. Conventional wisdom by the diet industry teaches you to go in really hard because you're not motivated enough, you're not dedicated enough, and if you just tried harder, it would work. But clearly that's not true. So take a moment and forgive yourself if you are someone who has lost weight only to gain it back again. You're not at fault here. The industry wants you to lose. But I'm here to tell you the truth.
いわば何人もの極まりし身体能力が一つに収束されたもの。生半可な体では受け取りきれず、獅子がもげ爆散してしまうんだ。
The true way to succeed on your weight loss journey, on your fitness journey, is to go slow. I need you to start reaching for attainable wins and slowly build your goals over time. Yes, this may take longer than you would expect, but I have seen this work time and time again for my own clients. And what's so great about clients who take this method with me is that once they lose the weight, once they're done working with me, they keep it off. They don't need me anymore. And maybe it's a terrible business model, but I would prefer that my clients never need to speak to me again because through the process of working together, they've learned everything that they need to know. So I want you to stop chasing instant results, stop buying products that promise you overnight weight loss, and stop buying into programs with unrealistic expectations of you. Stop only doing things when you only feel motivated and instead commit yourself to slow, sustainable change over time. Remember, while the beach montage of Deku cleaning up the beach may have been a flicker on our screens, this process takes Midoriya 10 months to complete. Have you ever committed yourself 100% to a fitness or nutrition program for 10 months? Have you ever actually given yourself the time to win? Imagine if instead of setting yourself up to fail, you gave yourself a full 10 months of sustainable changes and achievable habits. How different would your life look? Think of life like a video game. We have to level up slowly. It's a bit of a grind. To start your fitness journey, what I'm gonna want you to do is to pick a few habits and make them so easy to attain, it'd almost be hard not to do them. For example, if you're someone who's completely sedentary, start dedicating yourself to taking a 10-minute walk every day. That's something totally manageable, but you're not doing that right now. Keep taking that 10-minute walk until it feels natural, and from there, build up to a 15-minute walk. Eventually 20 minutes, and before you know it, you can be walking an hour. Think about healthy habits that you can start adding into your life, such as adding vegetables to your diet, adding protein, adding more water. Once you've added enough good habits into your life, you start not having room for bad stuff. A lot of times people will talk to me and say how they need to cut so much stuff out of their life, but I really encourage you to think of what you can add to nourish your life instead, because it is way, way easier to add things into your life than to take them away. So what habits should you add? I want you to think of your health like a skill tree. Start your journey by adding one healthy habit to each of the 4 pillars of health. These are fitness, nutrition, sleep, and stress. So what habits should you add? When people think of fitness and exercise, usually the first thing that they think about is like weightlifting and going to the gym. I am a huge proponent of resistance training. I'm a powerlifter myself. I love lifting weights, but I understand it's not for everyone. And also, we're all at different parts of our fitness journey. Try finding movements that you enjoy, whether that's yoga, martial arts, Pilates. And if you're someone who really struggles with like conventional fitness, think of other ways you can get movement in. This could be games like DDR, Dance Rush Stardom, or the plethora of VR games that really have you moving around. Maybe you want to learn how to run. There are apps like Zombie 5K that can make running a more interactive experience. What matters is that you're doing a little bit more than you were before. Here are some goals that you can set around improving your fitness. Going to the gym 2 to 3 times a week. Walking 5 to 8K steps daily. Playing Just Dance or VR for 30 minutes a day. Starting a new active hobby like martial arts. Diet isn't just about calories and eating less food. There's a lot of things that you can do to improve your nutrition. This could be learning about macros, which are your carbs, proteins, and fats. This includes eating more whole foods and limiting the amount of processed foods that you have, or even understanding your relationship with food more. This can mean healing your relationship with food, understanding what foods personally make your stomach hurt or you digest poorly. Understand what food fuels you and which food makes you feel bad. There are so many diets out there, and what I truly believe is finding what works for you. What I truly believe in is having everything in moderation with no food off limits. I find that for myself and my clients, this typically means that it's easier for us to stick to what we're doing so that nothing feels off limits for you. So when trying to improve our diet and nutrition, what are some healthy habits that we can add? Try eating breakfast, increasing how much protein you eat, eating 20 to 25 grams of fiber daily, having half your body weight in ounces of water, having 80% of your diet from whole food sources, meal planning weekly, practicing mindful eating. There are so many ways that we can improve our nutrition that don't have to just do with eating less food. Next up is recovery and sleep, and I get it, as gamers, a lot of us don't sleep. But recovery is just as important as working out. When you work out, essentially what you're doing is you're tearing down your muscle fibers so that they can come back stronger. But when you don't give yourself time to recover, you're essentially just beating your body down. I highly encourage that you work towards getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep daily. Nightly? Nightly. Some of the benefits of getting those 7 to 8 hours of sleep are mental cognition, alertness, stabilized mood, a stronger immune system, improved hunger signals, and better mental health. Some habits around recovery and sleep may be adding a bedtime routine, limiting screen time before bed, avoiding caffeine after 4 p.m., creating a comfortable sleep environment, making sure that you take your rest days and not skip them. So stress management. This is a tough one. I am definitely a type A personality. I'm a Virgo. I get it. And chances are if you're watching this video, you're a bit stressed out too, whether that is financial stress, life stress, work stress, relationship stress. We all experience stress in our life. But when you work out and when you put your body into a calorie deficit, you are adding additional stress to your body. And if you are already in a state of chronic stress, you are not doing your body good. By definition, stress is adding stimulus to your body that will elicit a change. And this can be a good thing, but not when you're overly stressed. This is why sometimes when you're really stressed out, you may notice that you get poor sleep, your hunger signals are off, and you may even feel sick to your stomach. Your body can only handle so much. Back when we were cave people, we needed stress. By being alert in case of an attack by like a saber-toothed tiger, our bodies would go into overdrive and our cortisol would go up. We'd go into a state of stress, and this is what helped us survive. But you know, now thousands of years into the future, here we are today. We're not fighting saber-toothed tigers. We're getting these same stress signals from things like fighting with our boss or having to deal with taxes. And when that cortisol is all the way up and when we're feeling constantly stressed, that's when our other hormones get impacted. And when our other hormones aren't balanced, this can make weight loss really difficult. That's why it's important to make sure that we are actively working on our stress management. So what are some ways that we can improve our stress? We can add journaling into our lives, start adding boundaries with people around us, see a therapist. We can learn meditation. We can set intentional time to enjoy our hobbies. We can start adding time management into our lives. Understand that all of these 4 pillars, your skill tree, are interconnected. When one thing falls apart, they all do. So when we get really stressed, this can lead to poor sleep. And when we have poor sleep, our hunger can get impacted and we may make poor nutrition decisions. Once we're making those poor nutrition decisions, our workouts may not be as great because our energy is low. And that's just one way the domino can fall just because of one part of those pillars falling apart. But it works in the other direction too. So let's say you start exercising regularly, your stress may be more managed because of that. And when you get managed stress, your sleep improves. Your sleep improves, you wind up making better food choices, and then your energy goes up as well. So I want you to try picking one category from each of these 4 pillars of health, stick with that habit, improve it over time, and just see how your life changes. Starting your health and fitness journey does not have to be overwhelming. By focusing on the 4 pillars of health and making slow changes over time, you can start making changes that last. Remember, it's about progress, not perfection. Just as Midoriya had to train just to harness the power of One for All, you needed practice, training over a period of time so that you too can find health results that last. So start small and level up slowly. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. I have a free Facebook group full of supportive geeks and gamers just like you, where I share fitness tips and we all support each other on our fitness journeys. I'll leave a link in the description below, so be sure to check it out and join the community. Thank you so much for watching, and if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And don't go anywhere just yet. In this next video, I will give you some practical tips to help you lower your gym anxiety and feel confident at your first day at the gym. And until next time, plus ultra.